Hello, this is Ansu from Ivytree Studio, and today I have a little independent review of some Bible journaling resources that I've invested in lately. And first I want to mention that the Grace Lily Faith Art Journal this year has got a little Bible reading plan that is a challenge for you over in my Grace Lily Ministries group on Facebook. If you want to join, then there's the first month is a sample that you can download from the group, and the first term is already available, but I'm not rushing through it. I don't intend to read through the Bible this year. It's a lot of pressure on me, or on anyone for that matter, and my habits of reading the Word is where God leads me, and not necessarily according to a specific plan or goals that I set for myself, because it feels like, you know, it's a little bit too rigid, and I like the freedom there is in my relationship with the Lord, that it's not too pressurized. But I want to challenge myself to kind of read through everything systematically, and so I've been reading through Genesis, parts of Proverbs and Psalms, the first book of Psalms, as well as the book of Matthew, and I feel like I want to dig deeper into Matthew again. I used to study it at university when I did biblical studies. I've got 3 years of biblical studies as part of my degree, and really a hard subject for me, so I really loved the Gospels and studying all about the Gospels, comparing them, etc., during my studies at university. So I wanted to kind of go back to my roots a little bit. The Grace Lily Faith Art Journal is an 8x8 inch size journal, and it gives you, it's fully printable, and it gives you a World English Translation Bible option with wide margins, lots of journaling space, and I try to stick to one chapter per page if I can help it. I don't try and go over, but I try to keep the margins nice and wide. But the idea is that you can add pages because you use the disc bound system, and so I have been using it a little bit for my journaling as well, and can add my study pages to it. I've got study notes and verse mapping pages that is part of my faith journal that I brought out this year. There's the Bible reading plan is included. You have a tracker, Bible reading tracker as well, which is a new habit for me, and then a Bible journaling log as well. So as you journal things creatively and you study through the Word, you can add it to your log. Alright, there's other pages as well, but I'm not going to do a full review of this in here. This is available in my store, and I'll link it down below. Then, because of that reading, I wanted to check out some other resources, and I've found our local Christian bookstore that is an online platform as well, so you can have things delivered to your home. Which I love, to the kind of flexibility of that and the convenience. So they had a sale on, and I rarely go after sales, but in this case they had a couple of things that I thought I would try out for my channel and for just my own experience. And there was a couple of things that I really wanted, like the Francine Rivers masterpiece novel, and Henry and I read through that, and I can just recommend it. It's fabulous. And then I saw this little journal, Gospel According to Matthew, a scripture journal, and like the size, and it's a soft bound book. It's supposed to lay flat. It doesn't 100% lay flat, but more than most. Kind of opaque pages, cream colored paper, and good quality, I would say, not too thin, so it's not your usual Bible pages, kind of better than, I would say, copy paper. So I think it would take art product well. And there's lined pages, so it's the full ESV text of the Gospel of Matthew, single column paragraph format, wide margins, lay flat band binding, and then it's from Crossway. So you can check out this on Amazon. I'll link things below, so I will go and try and find all the links for you and add it to the video. Right, and then something else I've been wanting for a while is the Discovering Joy in Philippians by Carla Doneker, together with Pam Farrell and Jean E. Jones, and this is a Harvest House Publishers book, and it's a Bible study with artwork. There's a lot of collaborating with other creative Christians and authors as well in here, so I'm not going to read the whole list because it's a ton of people. You can go check that out. Amongst them are Grace Fox, Christy Clover, Shauna Klingerman, etc. So I'm not going to mention everybody. And then the major thing is why I bought it was I joined the Facebook group a while ago and saw the book and really wanted it but couldn't get hold of it locally, and then I saw it on my local bookshop on sale and I thought, well, this is a sign, I'm going to grab it and dig into it. And it's a hefty book. It's going to take you some time to work through this, but there's a lot of resources in here. There's some creative ideas, there's notes. I like the fact that it's not too full of distracting artworks, but there are awesome little elements that you can color if you want to, and the margins are quite big. There's some of these bookmarks at the back. Just want to go to it. There's artworks that you can trace or cut out, and some bookmarks. So in the back there's extra resources and more about the authors, etc. I like the little details that they add in the margins. They actually call it the little details. Does the parable of the talents conflict with 1 Corinthians 3? Does God exist? So I'm going to scrutinize this book and work through it as a Bible teacher, and then I will do another review of my experience. Really looking forward to being able to actually engage in the group that I joined quite some time ago, like in a couple of years ago. Right, and then I've got the Inspire range of scripture journals that is for creative expression. So they call it coloring and creative journaling. I'm not too big on the coloring. I'll probably paint over things and use my watercolors to quickly fill in artworks, but and add things to it. Like this will probably get a little ephemera that goes with that from my Grow range, and the margins are quite big and really beautiful artworks. And I bought the Acts and Romans, 1 Corinthians to 2 Thessalonians. So if you're studying through the book of, for example, the book of Ephesians right now, you can find it in the middle of this journal and engage with some of the content here. So there's Galatians, really beautiful illustrations, and a variety, quite a big variety. So good quality books. They're about 10 by 10 inches, just shy of 10 inches. They're all the same size, so they try, that's why they probably have a couple of books in one, so nicely spaced out and kind of standardized. All of them are exactly the same in width, and this is the New Living Translation, and then it is by Tyndall House Publishers. And we're going to see what the experience brings us, and then I will give you some feedback on that. The quality of the covers are really lovely. I'm very tactile, so I like touching things. So it's embossed and foiled. This one with purple, this one's got a little teal blue in there, and this one's got red. I'm actually looking for, there's one more that I couldn't find that was out of stock on John. I think it's also 2 of the Gospels, Luke and John, I think, is together. So Matthew and Mark, Luke and John. Then we've got Acts and Romans. So I'm missing that one in the range. And then we've got 1 Corinthians. So I'm going to look for more of these books and start collecting. I really like the size, and they're quite affordable locally. So really like that. Okay, and if you're interested in anything that I showed you, I will link everything down below, and see you in the next one.